Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another live broadcast here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Mike Prince here with you, and we are live from New Orleans, Louisiana at Wesley Barrow Field where the Prairie A&M University Panthers will be taking on the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs. The Bulldogs coming in under second-year coach for the Bulldogs, who had to do a little cleaning house order himself, Mr. Greg Goff. Goff coming in his second year, but not a novice to the game at all. This is his 13th year as a baseball head coach with a 401 and 285 loss record as he comes in to face the new regime look for the Prairie A&M University Panthers, and that is none other than Coach Antoine Riggins and the crew. First-year coach for Antoine Riggins as he is coming in with a new regime. He has Coach Brian White. They affectionately call him B. White. And we have Mr. Terry. I got the singer caught up with me real quick here. But Burrell, Terry Burrell. And we had it all cleared out. He is not related to Miss Kim Burrell, but he is nevertheless happy to be and the purple and gold on this season. So we got things all set, lined up. We are in our pregame show right now. The actual game will start at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we're here just to get everything set and ready to go. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to pause for the calls, take a couple of quick breaks, and when we come back, we'll have more of the pregame show here set up for you right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Game Day 2016. We'll be right back. Hello, this is Mike Prince, the host of the Mike Prince Show, featured right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Just wanted to share with you that we have our app available where you can go and download it at Google Play absolutely free. You'll never miss another show. You can catch up with old archives, and you can pass it on. It's the gift that keeps on giving. The Mike Prince Show app available at Google Play absolutely free. Talk that makes sense. The Mike Prince Show right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. It's a new year, and that means tax season is here, and Gunderson's Bookkeeping can provide you with personal income tax preparation. For more information and schedule an appointment, call Gunderson's Bookkeeping at 936-372-2661. The Jazz Bar, located in Prairie, Texas, is a great opportunity for you to have your next community event, whether it be nonprofit, funeral reception, community, charity, government, church, or individuals. The Jazz Bar has the accommodations to meet your needs. The Jazz Bar is open Thursdays through Sundays, and you can schedule your private parties Mondays through Wednesdays. The Jazz Bar, located in Prairie, Texas, dial 936-857-9566.
Our bodies can do amazing things, and it's amazing how little they ask in return for a lifetime of service, like 3 square meals a day, especially breakfast, moderate exercise several times a week, 7 to 8 hours of sleep a day, and moderation in drinking. Hello, I'm Robert Urich. Statistics show that people who follow all these rules live much longer, so give them a try. You'll be amazed at how healthy you feel.
A message from the Will Rogers Institute, Los Angeles, California.
Our bodies can do amazing.
You're listening to Community Radio, the Open Mic Broadcast Network, 87.9 FM, Prairie, Texas. Has your vehicle been giving you the blues? Contact our good friends at Larry's Automotive at 30540 FM 1488 in the Field Store area. Now 936-931-5566. It's a new year, and that means tax season is here, and Gunderson's Bookkeeping can provide you with personal income tax preparation. For more information and schedule an appointment, call Gunderson's Bookkeeping at 936-372-2661.
Hi, this is Antoine Riggins, the head baseball coach at Prairie A&M Panthers. You're listening to Panthers Baseball on the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Prince here with you. Opening day here for the Prairie A&M University Panthers under new head coach Antoine Riggins. Antoine Riggins coming in, not a novice to the game of baseball, has been around baseball for a great deal of time, was actually drafted out of Texas Southern University, class of 1998 that is, and we were able to catch up with Coach Riggins and get a chance to talk to him about this golden opportunity and see how he is looking at everything in the mirror, if you will, and go ahead and talk to him and about his pitching staff and his coaching staff as a whole. So we'll switch on over right now and listen to the first-year coach for the Panthers, Antoine Riggins. All right, this is Mike Prince, and I finally got a chance to tie down, I'm going to say the hardest working man in PV. I won't say the hardest working man in show business. And that's head baseball coach Antoine Riggins. Coach, welcome to the Hill, and welcome to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. This is your first time, man.
Yeah,
how you doing?
I'm very excited. By the way, thank you.
Yes, sir.
We're all working hard. The whole athletics department, especially the baseball team. I couldn't ask for more of these kids, how hard they've been working in the classroom, in the gym, and on the baseball field. I'm so excited about tomorrow, 2 o'clock. I can't wait.
Well, it can't wait, and I think it's anticipation going all the way around. Now, one thing that's about this business in particular, not just baseball, but just in coaching, period, there will always be a time where you're coming in after someone unless you're initially starting off a program. Mm-hmm. You're coming in after the regime of Scarlett Cullivan. You inherit a team, for the most part, that underachieved on last year. Mm-hmm. How is that coming in from a coach's perspective where you have to deal and kind of work with what you got to kind of get to where you want to go?
Well, I attended maybe a handful of games last year, and what I saw was a bunch of kids that was lacking the knowledge of the game. Not to, down talk Cullivan, Coach Cullivan, because I'm not. I just been around the game for a long time. I love it. And you can see it in their eyes, that the fact that they want to learn, that they want to win. I don't know a kid that go out there that don't want to win. They just didn't know how to. And so when I got the job, I used that for my advantage to teach them, to pump the knowledge into them, something that they probably never heard before, or things that I've done that they never done before. And, like I said, it started off slow because some of the things they couldn't register or they didn't understand. But now, man, today was like outstanding. We went through everything like it was nothing. The guys had bought in to what Coach White, Terry Barrow, the pitching coach, they bought in. And everything is all gelling, and now we got to see what we can do it and put it all together tomorrow at 2 o'clock.
Well, it's when the rubber meets the road. Now, you talk about an adjusting period. Now, not only did the players have to adjust, but you as a coach have to adjust because for the naysayer who says, well, Coach Riggins has never coached on this level before, but we're talking about baseball. We're talking about a kid's game that has turned into an adult's paycheck, but it boils down to basic fundamentals and the execution of a game that you should love if you're going to try to play it.
And you should love as a coach, right? So in order for me to get the kids to do what I need them to do, I have to have love for it. I have to have passion for it. They see that. Me being the first-year coach, it's baseball, and I know baseball. I love baseball. I eat, breathe baseball, right? So for the naysayers and saying this is my first time coaching, I'm going to come out 2 o'clock tomorrow. Let's see.
See where the rubber meets the road.
Yes.
Now, we're being introduced to Antoine Riggins, the baseball coach. Why don't you share with our listening audience Antoine Riggins, the man, and how he got to this point?
Oh, wow. Man, I always played baseball. It was just something I could do, but just like any other kid to come out of the industry, basketball was my first love. I played football. I was a three-sport guy in high school. And baseball just fell in my lap. After I thought I wasn't going to be Michael Jordan anymore, just like everybody else, I started to focus more on baseball. And I was always good at it. It was I just started to learn the fundamentals and that I don't have to get a hit to be successful and all these things that I can fail 70% of the time and still be successful. And I'm like, you can't do that in any other job, you know. So, and then, you know, I was able to get a scholarship to go to Texas Southern.
We'll forgive you for that one.
Don't beat me down on that. Right? And, you know, and I played under a great guy, Candy Robinson, and how he was with his kids and how he treated us is where I get some of my coaching from, because I love the kids. I'm here for them. I'm not here for me. It's a saying that players make coaches. Coaches don't make players. And I believe that. And, you know, so that's pretty much of me and how I got here. Of course, yes, you know, I played professional ball. I love it. I learned so much. You know, I got drafted as a shortstop out of Texas Southern in 98. I got moved to third base, second base, back to shortstop, center field, back to the shortstop. You know, so I was an athlete playing baseball until I learned the game. Now I was a baseball player. I was an athlete and a baseball player. And it helped me understand the game a little bit more. But later in my career, I started to teach it to some of the younger guys that was on the team when I was playing independent ball, and that's where I got my niche to coach. So I coached and did private stuff in the Cypress area for 15 years. I loved it. I love kids. I love to teach it. And, you know, right now you're seeing the benefits of all these years of experience with this team that I didn't have.
Well, what a lot of people don't understand, especially when a person breaks into any circuit, when they don't know much, they be like, it's a lucky break, and it's somebody this and somebody that. Well, everybody is connected to somebody, and it's not what we know, it's who we know. It's about you taking advantage of opportunities when presented to you. And I can honestly say this as an alumni of Prairie, as a baseball, I would like to consider myself a knowledgeable baseball individual who loves the game. You got to be pleased with what you're seeing right now from where you started at day one as you're on the brink of your inaugural season kicking off.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, we started this off, I had 24 guys, and I think 8 of them was pitchers, and 4 was on the DL. I was lucky that we had maybe about 15 guys on campus that was trying out that were able to use it. That was actually good baseball players. And I was so surprised that they didn't have a chance to go play nowhere else and that they're actually walking on. But with that being said, you know, my first 2 weeks was rough for me. You know, but we hung in there. We fought. We went through hard times, a lot of running. You know, but it's all paying off. It's all paying off. I wouldn't change it in the world. These kids, I love them. I love them all. They're just like my kids. I call them my babies. You know, it's just one of those things that when you work as hard as we've been working and you start to see it out on the field, but not only do I see it, people like you see it, administrators, AD, people around campus are telling me how, you know, the baseball team is looking, how they carry themselves. That's a product of their hard work. Their hard work. I really can't take credit.
Well, I understand, and you said, speaking of not taking credit, and one man does not build an island, or if he does, he's all by himself. Tell us and introduce us about your coaching staff.
Oh, man. Brian White. Brian White coached me when I was at Texas Southern. He's been coaching for 14 years, 2 SWAC tournaments, and we see eye to eye. But we see eye to eye, but we're different. I'm Dr. Jekyll, he's Mr. Hyde. And but we get our point across a different way. And he's been that way since I played for him. Terry Burrell, he's a good friend of mine. He actually pitched for Texas Southern as well. He also worked with me when I did my private lessons and teams. He always did the pitching for me. He's a no-nonsense type of guy, just like I am. He believes everybody can get better. He's just not going to take your excuse and be like, okay, all right, no. He's going to make you work. He's going to make you work. He's going to make you work. He's done a good job with the pitching staff and the catchers since he's been here. Like I said, you'll see tomorrow, 2 o'clock.
You'll see tomorrow. Now, Coach, I know we yet to play a game, but you can play so many games within the game. What has been the greatest improvement that you've seen with this team so far?
I would have to say that they're starting to work together as one. Starting to work together as one. And when I took over the job, that was the number one thing that I had to get across. Because if we can't work together as one, we can't win together as one. There's no I in team. And I had to break that because you saw a lot of people being individualized on the baseball field. A group of guys that'll be working on the field here, the other group will be doing this or just talking or not doing anything. We couldn't do that. We have to all do it together and then try to get it done in order fashion so we can become that one. And we've done that. I think we're real close to being one. I think that once we get the plan, once they get the seeing their efforts on the field and start to understand what becoming one will do for you, I think we'll hit it.
We're talking with Coach Antoine Riggins, head baseball coach of the Prairie A&M University Panthers, on the eve of his inaugural season here with the Purple and Gold. Coach, I had a coach tell me once before, this baseball team is one body with 9 functional organisms. And you're responsible for holding down that 1/9 of that organism. Because then, as you said, coming as one when it all comes together. When an individual understands that they stay in their lane, do what they're supposed to do for the good of the team, that over the hump for that oneness is easily achieved that way.
Yes, sir. And like that was one of the hardest things to me to get them to understand. Because whatever player you was in high school, you're not that player anymore. I have guys on here that's 5'6", 5'7". They think they hit home runs. Well, maybe you did hit home runs when you was in high school, but I don't need you to hit them. I need you to play the game the right way. I need you to hit behind runners, but when I need you to, and have good at-bats. So it was hard to tell a kid, everybody want to hit home run, to stop doing that and to do a little bit more to help out your team. So that was a little rough, but they bought in.
The buy-in is on. The price has been set. Now about the expectations. Of course, you say you play to win. If you were to give me, and if we can play this back 4 months down the road, what are your expectations for this 2016 season?
My expectations for this 2016 season is go out and give it 110% and compete. And if we can do that, we'll be on top.
It's not how you win the game, it's how you play the game. And when you play the game the right way, you never lose.
There you go.
Coach Antoine Riggins of the Prairie A&M University Panthers. You'll catch the Panthers baseball broadcast exclusively on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Visit our website at OBN-Radio.com for the scheduled game updates and much, much more. This is Mike Prince with the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Thank you all for joining us. And as always, we'll be seeing you on the other side. All right, I have with me now pitching and catching coach for the Prairie Panthers. That is Mr. Terry Barrow. We've already got it cleared out. No relations to Kim Barrow. But welcome to the Hill, man, and tell us what it's been like for you as you open up for this 2016 season.
Well, first of all, thank you, and I'm glad to be here. The first moments of just being here on the yard so far have been great. The kids have been great. They bought into the program, the philosophy of what we're trying to do here. As you can see, Coach Riggins has changed the culture so far. So it's been a great experience so far.
Now, with you handling pitchers and catchers, what in particular have you noticed of urgency that you have to work on, and what were some things already accomplished with what you got to work with?
Well, first of all, there was talent so far. The talent was here. It wasn't much that I had to start from scratch with or anything of that nature. It's just basically we had to tweak a few things, develop a philosophy, learn where to pitch, how we're going to pitch, and learn how to pitch out of situations according to how the game is going to be played.
Now, do you have a certain philosophy that you look for out of a starting pitcher per se? In a 9-inning game, I know you want to get that 5, 7. What kind of expectations do you have in your philosophy as far as pitching is concerned?
Well, as far as pitching, we want to make sure that we are pitching inside, making sure that batters are not getting comfortable in the box. And as far as longevity on the mound, we want pitch to be able to go 7 innings. We want to make sure our bullpen is not taxed early in the season, and we want to make sure that in May that our bullpen is still fresh and strong. So we're trying to get the pitchers as far as conditioning, be able to pitch and things of that nature to go 7 innings.
Now, I'm an old catcher myself, and a lot of people I hear talking that they don't put as much emphasis, but I do, and maybe I'm telling my age. Do you have a pitch count zone that you kind of look out for when you start getting a little concerned about a pitcher?
Early in the season, we do. We want to make sure the pitchers are staying healthy, because without the health, we can't use them too much. So we're looking early in the season. We're looking between the 80 to 95 pitch count. If we can get the 7 innings out of that amount of pitches, that's great. If not, we'll go to our bullpen, and we are not afraid to go to the bullpen, but we try to stay between that 80 to 95 pitch count, especially early in the season.
Right, so that means you're looking for efficiency as a pitcher. Now, you're dealing with a lot of younger pitchers in a different area. Everybody relates pitching to strikeouts, but a pitcher could be a ground ball expert, even a fly ball expert, depending on the type of field that they're playing in, the pitches that they use. How are you to determine with your rotation who does exactly what?
Well, part of our philosophy is first of all, getting ahead. You want to pitch ahead in the count. And playing at home, balls don't jump out of the park. So we want to take advantage of that and make sure that we're pitching to contact. When we can get the ground balls, we can get the fly balls, we can get the quick inning, and we can get a 8 to 10, 12 pitch inning. That's great for us, and we can keep it going.
Okay, now, Coach Terry Barrow, as we stated, no relation to the Campbell, so I won't even ask you to sing or anything like that. What has been your greatest challenge since you've arrived here at Prairie?
Well, the greatest challenge so far is just being the pure number. Normally, college rotation or college pitching staff you have, you're looking at 18, maybe to 20 pitchers. It's just numbers right now. And Coach Riggins, Coach White, myself, we'll get that number up. But as far as just numbers-wise at this point.
Do you have a rotation already established in like as far as starting pitchers go?
So far we do. As far as this weekend, we'll be starting with the Charleston Fight on Friday night. Then we'll be going with Edgar on Game 2, and Jaron Williams will be going on Game 3.
On Game 3, and what about coming out of the bullpen? What's your
we do have the Mac coming out of the bullpen. We have Ed. We have good quality arms with great stuff coming out. And we also have Alex Richardson. Got veteran good stuff that can come in and throw the ball.
Okay, well, Coach, we thank you so much, man, on the eve of the inaugural season under the new coaching staff here at Prairie A&M University. Anything you want to share before we shut this segment down?
I want to give a shout-out to my wife and my kids back home in Houston Road. Trey, Tyler, I love you guys, and hope you can listen in to the show, and sure it's going to be a great show, and hang in there for the season with us as we take on a great experience taking the Panthers to the championship.
Thanks a lot, Coach, and we'll see you on the other side. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem. Before that, you heard, of course, from Antoine Riggins, the head baseball coach, and the pitching coach, Mr. Terry Barrow. Didn't get a chance to catch up with Coach B. White. We'll make that up to him later on. It wasn't that we didn't try, but let's just say it was sleepy by time for Coach B. White. Now we'll go over the starting lineups for both teams. For the Prairie View A&M University Panthers, leading off playing center field, number 16, Cody Denvesi. Being second base or second hole, playing third base, number 4, Edgar Sanchez. Angel Avalos will be at first base, batting third, wearing number 8. Batting fourth, number 31, and that will be Shannon Washington out of the DH spot. The catcher, number 18, Ty Mai. He'll be batting in the fifth hole. Then you have Mr. David Drake at left field, Joseph Mack in right field, Kevin Macias at shortstop, and Josh Jefferson at second base. And on the mound for the Panthers will be Mr. Charles Philpott. Starting pitcher for the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs will be Mr. Tyler Clancy. Clancy, the big lefty, coming in to take care of business. And we are moments away. The Bulldogs are in their white pants, red tops, red hats with Tech going across their chest. The Panthers in their gray pants and the purple tops with the purple hats and the purple stockings. So all things are set and ready to go. We are on schedule to have everything take off at its proper time. The Panthers and Louisiana Tech Bulldogs taking off here for the game opener, season opener for college baseball, NCAA, right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Coach White will be coaching at third base as he gets ready to come off. Dembesti ready to throw down from second base from the catcher Diaz, and we are just about ready to get this ball game on the way. Dembesti stepping up in the box as he will come up, does his little routine spiking out in the box here. It's an infield turf that has been placed here at Wesley Barrow Park, so it will not be affected by weather. It's a grass outfield. Panthers will be scheduling up to change out, I believe, to a similar format here in the near season. So regular depth on the infield, playing straight away in center field. Here's the center fielder start. And the first pitch on the way is swung on and a miss by Cody Denvesi. And that first pitch was taken actually at 1:59 p.m. So we got that on the way, and the first pitch is a swing and a miss. The second pitch is a strike on the outside corner, and it is quickly 0-2 to the leadoff man, Cody Denvesi, for the Panthers. As going right now will be Clem that was hit down the third baseline foul, and the count will remain 0-2 for the leadoff Panthers. Edgar Sanchez awaits on deck as Clancy ready to go back to work. Steps in, kicks and fires. There's a ball outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Back on the grass at second base will be Washam. It's wearing number 10. He has a twin brother on this Bulldog team. There's a ball outside corner missing. Not to the liking of the Bulldog faithful, as they are ready to get continued on now. The 2-2 pitch en route. That one's down in the dirt, and Denvesi has worked it to a full count here as he will now get ready to come on. Denvesi, All-American his freshman year at Prairie View, and he has been selected in the preseason All-American from the FCS standard. There's a ball hit straight back off the mound, hit off, and that's going to be a single and a base hit for Denvesi. Denvesi shot that ball right back up the middle, hit off the ankle of the pitcher, Clancy. And it is a leadoff single. They'll check things out to make sure that Everything is okay. Then Bessie with a shot right back up the middle to check things out. More like a hacky sack play from the pitcher to keep that ball from going into center field. So it's now going to bring up Edgar Sanchez. Sanchez is playing third base. He's wearing number 4. He had a uniform change. Originally he was at number 7, but now he will be at number 4, at least for this series that I'm aware of. We'll see if that changes as the season progresses on. So now coming up to bat will be Sanchez. Then Bessie has decent speed. He does play center field as the double play depth up the middle for latech. Then Bessie a decent lead. The pitch is on the outside corner for a strike to Sanchez. So Sanchez checking his signals out from Coach White at third base. On deck will be Avalos. That's a little soft toss over to first base to keep Ben Bestie honest. Panthers under first-year coach Antoine Riggins. First at bat is 1,000. The pitch on the way from Clancy. There's a ball hit softly toward first base, and it will advance the runner. Good advancement there, so that will go a 3 unassisted. It will advance Ben Bessie down to second base, and probably your purest hitter on the team coming up now with Angel Avalos coming in from the left-hand side. Avalos had a very productive season on the last year, as he will come in now batting from the left-hand side. His foot is on the back line at the batter's box, as Clancy now gets ready to deliver his 10th pitch of this inning. The pitch on the way is just outside for ball 1. 1-0 is the count. No score here in the top half of the first inning. I beg your pardon. As the Panthers coming in, trying to get things started on the way. There's a toss back to second base. Ben Bestie back in time. They say no foul, no harm. So then Bestie keeping things honest. Clancy checking in. The delivery, there's a swing and a miss by Avalos, and we're even at 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 is the count, 1 out, top of the first inning. Then Bestie at second base after being advanced by Sanchez, led off with a single right back up the middle. Clancy now checking in. Delivers. There's a swing at a high fastball. Avalos could not keep up with that one. On deck will be designated hitter Shannon Washington. So the 1-2 count on the way from Clancy. The pitch outside, and it will be a ball. latech faithful, they travel pretty well here. Didn't expect that not to be the case, being that they're in their home state. Panthers on the right side of the diamond, first base side of the diamond. latech on the third base side of the diamond. Clancy checks the runner. He delivers. There's a ball hit towards second base, and going to it is Washam, and he will advance the runner to third base after the 3-foot out, and that's going to bring up now Shannon Washington. Washington, the designated hitter. Washington comes in. He's batting from the right-hand side. Washington out of Houston, Texas, transfer out of Southern University. The pitch on the way. There's a ball hit down right field line, and it's going to be foul. As Washington going up there making the big hack. The Panthers trying to get things set up here. We'll give you our officiating crew when we finish this pitch here. The 0-1 count. There's a check swing. Did not go. They appeal down to first base. They're going to say no. And since they appeal to first base, we'll let you know who first base umpire is. Mr. Eric Davis. Glenn Posey, is at third base. And Marshall Thomas behind the plate. There's a ball down in the dirt, and it's going to make it now 2 balls and 1 strike. Runner at third base, top half of the first inning. Panthers and the Bulldogs doing battle. Conference USA taking on the Southwestern Athletic Conference. The pitch on the way from Clancy. There's a ball hit toward second baseman. Washam takes the big hop, and he retires the Panthers. As the Panthers, they get no runs off of 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left on. We've completed a half inning of work, no score from Wesley Barrow Field.
We've been telling people how quick and easy it is to apply for Medicare online, even if you're not ready to apply for retirement benefits. But the best advocates are the people out there who are using the application. Filing for Medicare online was simple, and I couldn't believe what little time it took to complete. Filing online took less than 5 minutes from start to finish. I am stunned and amazed at how quick and easy this really was. Find out just how easy it is. Visit www.socialsecurity.gov/Medicare only. You may be done with your application before the next song is over. That's www.socialsecurity.gov/Medicare only.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Prince here with you live from New Orleans, Louisiana. We just completed a half inning of work. Panthers get no runs. So now Philpott will face off against Bryce Starks, Raphael Gladue, Marshall, Marshall Boggs. I'm sorry, I couldn't read my own writing. Cody Daigle, Sean Ehrlich, Taylor Love, Brent Diaz, Jordan Washam, and Mr. Chandler Hall. Philpott starting off in the rotation here for the Panthers, as he is going to be considered, at least starting off, as the ace for the Panthers, as we get ready for this bottom half of the first inning of play here. And coming in, batting from the left-hand side, will be Bryce Starks. 18 pitches for Clancy in that first inning of play. So now Philpott will get ready to come in now. Playing in at third base is Sanchez. The pitch from Philpott, kind of all-speed pitch, misses upstairs for ball 1. Philpott pitching from the windup. Panthers in their gray bottoms, purple tops trim, or letters yellow trimmed in white. There's a foul tip straight back, makes the count even. At 1 ball and 1 strike. Just getting on the way, live from Wesley Barrow Park here in New Orleans, Louisiana. Philpott stepping off the rubber. T-My is his battery mate behind the dish. The pitch, this is upstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike is the count. Latech has traveled well here, as the pitch on the way is inside, and it's going to be 3 balls and 1 strike. We gave you the starting lineups, but we'll give you the defensive lineup here for the Panthers right after this pitch. Philpott, slow winding delivery, and that misses downstairs for ball 4 in the first walk. In left field will be Drake. Then Bestie in center field, Mack in right field. Third base will be Sanchez, Macias at shortstop, Johnson at second base, Avalos at first base, and T-My is at the dish. So the runner, Stark at first base, not a huge lead. The pitch, there's a bunt toward third base. Sanchez fields it cleanly, gets it, and the ball is up the line, and that is going to advance. The runner will score from first base, and that will be an E5 and a run to come across to give latech an early lead. Sanchez fielded the ball cleanly but threw it up the line, and as a result, runners will advance to score a run, and at second base will be Gladue as he will be awaiting now to see the approach by Marshall Boggs will come to bat now. Boggs is at first base. Comes in and the pitch. There's a ball hit down the line, foul at first base. And it is quickly 0-1. So the free pass opens up a run against the Panthers in favor for the Bulldogs. Philpott pitching from the stretch now, kicks and delivers, all speed upstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike. latech representing Conference USA. Checking things out. Philpott sets, fires. There's a ball hit sharply at second base, and it takes a big hop. And able to take care of that with ease was Johnson to get the 4-3. The answer to third base will be Gladue, as is going to bring up Kobe Daigle. Daigle will be the designated hitter as he comes in on the right-hand side. Pretty big guy here, Mr. Daigle. We'll give you his stats here in a moment. As he swings, takes a big hefty cut and fouled that one back. They got Daigle here listed as 6'2", 230 pounds, and they might be a little generous on the weight. So the 0-1 pitch being relieved by Philpott. There's a big swing and a miss, and it's quickly 0-2 as Daigle finds himself in the hole. On deck will be Sean Ehrlich. At third base is Rafael Gladue. Gladue got one by the error, got a run across for the Bulldogs. There's a big swing and a miss, and the first strikeout for Philpott. And that's going to bring up now Sean Ehrlich. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Panthers trailing 1-0. We are live from Wesley Barrow Park in New Orleans, Louisiana. The pitch on the way. There's another big swing and a miss as these big guys are trying to open up huge right now. It's 325 down left field line, 320 in right field line. As the 0-1 pitch offered up now by Philpott. That one hits the outside corner, and it's going to be a strike call. That slider was given up on by Daigle. I'm sorry, not Daigle, but Ehrlich, and it is quickly 0-2 now. So Philpott is 1 pitch away from working himself out an early jam. The 0-2 delivery, a breaking ball, misses downstairs, 1 ball and 2 strikes. A good 2-pitch count, or 2-strike count, I should say. That's coming up now. The 1-2 delivery by Philpott from the windup. There's a big swing and a miss, and Philpott ends up with back-to-back strikeouts. But there's 1 run off of no hits, 1 error, and a runner left on base. We've completed 1. 1-0, latech on top of the Panthers.
Every year, millions of teens work to earn extra money and learn important skills. But certain jobs can jeopardize your health or well-being. So know the rules. First, the hours you can work. If you're 14 or 15, you can only work for 3 hours on a school day and for 8 hours on a non-school day. Also, if you're 14 or 15, you may not work before 7 a.m. or after 7 p.m., except from June 1st through Labor Day, when you can work later, up to 9 p.m. Next, and really important, hazardous jobs. If you're under 18, jobs such as roofing, operating dangerous equipment, and most driving jobs are off limits. So work safe. For more information, call the U.S. Department of Labor's toll-free helpline at 1-866-4US-WAGE or visit youthrules.dol.gov. A message from the U.S. Department of Labor.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Prince here with you live from New Orleans, Louisiana. And before I get out of here, I have got to get a hold of some barbecue shrimp. I've been looking for it, and hopefully I'll get it. I ran across Chad and this little crew here. They got the little broadcasting crew working. So maybe between these four gentlemen, I'll be able to get me some barbecue shrimp before we get out of here. Leading off the top half of the second inning for the Panthers will be T. Mai. He's the catcher for the Panthers, coming in batting from the right-hand side. He likes to kind of crowd that plate as he'll go up against the lefty Clancy, and he takes ball one upstairs. Just want to remind you that you can listen to Panthers baseball exclusively here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network at OBN-Radio.com. There's a ball chopped foul down third base line, and we're all even at 1 ball and 1 strike. The Panthers can be heard right here, the OBN-Radio.com. If you happen to be on the go, we got that all covered for you, and we'll give you that right after this pitch. The 1-1 delivery from Clancy. That ball is hit towards center field. Setting right up under it for the can of corn will be start for out number 1. As we were mentioning, if you're on the go, all you have to do is lock this number in your phone, 724-444-7444, code 46493, as David Drake, the left fielder, comes in to face Clancy, and he takes ball 1 for a 1-0 count. Dial that number, lock in the code. You can listen to Panther baseball each and every time we come live. There's a ball high chopper toward third base. Oh, backing up and making a fine play at shortstop was the shortstop for latech, Hall. Gladue was the third baseman, went for it. He went for the big hop. It got under his glove, and backing him up was Hall to make a strong, nice play at first base for the 6-3 putout. It's going to bring up now the right fielder, number 9, Joe Mack. Joe Mack batting from the left-hand side of the dish. Lefty on lefty battle right now. And the pitch offered up is outside for ball 1. As we mentioned, Marshall Thomas is behind the plate for the umpiring. Eric Davis at first base and Glenn Posey at third base. The 1-0 pitch is outside yet again. 2-0 is the count. On deck will be shortstop Kevin Macias for the Panthers. The 2-0 pitch now offered up. Strike is finally called. I didn't want to get ahead of Mr. Thomas, but it looked good from my angle. 2 balls, 1 strike, and an exchange of the balls right now. And the ball is pleasing to Mr. Clancy. Clancy had 18 pitches under his belt in inning number 1. He's about to make his 9th pitch here of the second inning. The pitch is outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. We are live from New Orleans, Louisiana. Panthers baseball exclusively on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. There's another pitch, and that one hits outside on the corner to make it a full count, 3-2, here in the top of the second inning. The payoff pitch offered up. That's downstairs for ball 4. As Clancy offers up his first walk, it's going to bring up now Kevin Macias, shortstop for the Panthers. Kevin Macias will be followed by Josh Jefferson. So Macias stepping in from the right-hand side, tight on the box, takes the ball outside for a 1-0 count. Joe Mack has decent speed, but don't expect him to do a lot of running right now this early in the game. As a matter of fact, the catcher Diaz comes out to remind him, just because he's a lefty on lefty situation with Clancy being the left-handed pitcher, those guys are usually known for some deceptive moves. See how that works out right now. There's a toss back over to first base, and everybody's back safely. 76 degrees at first pitch, and what a lovely day it is. Not a rain cloud in sight. The pitch, that ball hit foul down the right field line. Makes it all even at 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-0 is our score. If you just joined us, latech scored off an errant throw by the third baseman Sanchez. They scored in the bottom half of the first inning. That's where we are right now. There's another toss back toward first base. And back in time is Joe Mack. Macias facing this 1-1 count. And the pitch, well, he went right back toward first base. They're concerned about Joe Mack. Mack stepping off. Now the pitch offered up by Clancy is upstairs. And that's what happens when you're concerned about the runner. You lose focus on your mission at hand, and that's to get the batter out. So see if the Panthers can take advantage of this opportunity here. 2-1 count now. Clancy delivers. There's a ball hit toward right field. Camping up under that one will be Ehrlich, and he is able to take care of the Panthers. There's no runs, no hits, no errors, and a runner left on base. We've completed 1.5. The Panthers trail 1-0. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back. You're listening to Panther Baseball right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
What do your status updates say? You're learning a new language? Going all organic? Instead of typing your feelings, what if you could put them into action? By creating a network to help keep kids off the streets in a country like Armenia or in Honduras, bringing IT into the classroom, or on a farm in Tanzania, helping stem the world's food crisis by creating a sustainable agricultural program. What if every ounce of your being helped update the status of a person, and in turn they did the same for you? Would this be enough social interaction? Or is this only the beginning of something larger? Life is calling. How far will you go? Peace Corps. Get interactive at peacecorps.gov/game.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're headed to the bottom of the second inning. Leading off for Louisiana Tech will be Taylor Love, followed by Brent Diaz and Mr. Jordan Washoe. As the left fielder Love, batting from the left-hand side, we'll be facing off against Mr. Philpott here. Philpott pitching from the windup. Steps in to Mai and delivers a ball on the first pitch. 1-0 is the count. 1-0 is our score. Listening to Panther Baseball on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. The pitch, all speed, falls in for strike one. 1-1. A changeup fell right in for Philpott. Makes the count all even at 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 delivery on the way from Philpott. Oh, that one misses inside. And it is quickly 2 balls and 1 strike. This game started at 1:59 p.m. About a minute ahead of time, but worked out to everyone's advantage. The pitch, as a ball hit straight up, and Mai gets it, makes the grab for the putout behind the dish for out number 1 in foul territory. He's going to bring up the catcher, Brent Diaz. Want to remind you, you can follow us on Twitter at OBN_radio. Find out everything that's going on throughout Panther Nation. Follow us on Instagram at OBN-Radio. And, of course, our Facebook page, Open Mic Broadcast Network. The pitch offered up is a strike to Diaz, and it is 0-1. On deck will be Jordan Washam, the second baseman, as Philpott appears to be settling down right now. That one misses outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. As the Panthers opening up the 2016 campaign under new coach Antoine Riggins. The pitch offered up, that ball fouled right back towards us, but thank goodness for the net. 1-2 is the count. This Wesley Barrow ballpark is where the Southwest Athletic Conference holds their baseball tournament in the third week of May. And we do plan to be there just as well. All the Panthers, all the road games will be broadcast live on our network. You can visit the website and go to the broadcast live section. That off-speed pitch missed outside. 2-2 is the count. You can go to the broadcast live section, click on the little 2016 baseball schedule, and it'll show you all our broadcast games. Visit and see what's going on. There's a ball hit sharply into left field, and going and will hold up at first base will be Diaz. Got the single to left field. So it's going to bring up now Jordan Washam with one out, runner at first base. We'll see what happens here if Coach Goff will try to advance him over. Panthers, of course, will be looking to roll at 2. Second baseman Jefferson cheating up toward the middle a little bit. The pitch is a ball inside. 1-0 is the count. 1-0 is our score here in the bottom half of the second inning. Panthers down at the moment, trying to look for that twin kill to get them out of the inning here. They're checking the runner back over at first in time. Will be Diaz. So now Philpott checking things out, stepping back on the rubber. Ready to go. Playing slightly to the left side will be the center fielder, Denbesti. The runner does not go. Ball outside. Looked like he wanted to bluff, and it's quickly 2-0 now. And now you're getting to what it would be considered a hitter's pitch count. 2-0. Don't want to get caught grooving that fastball if you're Philpott. So now Philpott settles in. Checks, kicks, and fires. There's a ball foul straight back, and it is quickly 2-1. And Washam had a big boy's cut on that one, anticipating that fastball and just missing it to foul it back. 2-1 is the count. Panthers looking for that twin bill. Philpott stops, kicks, and fires. That ball just missing on the outside. Mai tried to frame that pitch, but it's just a bit outside. 3-1 is the count. As Philpott now awaits for Washam to get back into the box. Washam is back in. The pitch, the runner goes. That ball is hit toward left field, coming in, and it's going to fall in front of Drake. And it got past Drake. And going to wave the runner that comes to third from home. The throw will not be in time. And that's another run. It's going to be a base hit and an error for the run to score. It's going to be E7. And it's going to allow Diaz to score. And on the error is going to allow Washam to end up at second base. 2-0 is the score. Drake had it played right in front of him, but then it just misplayed it. So now it brings up Chandler Hall, the shortstop, who made a fantastic play back earlier in this contest. 2-0 now is our score. 1 out. Pitch is on the inside corner for a strike to Hall. So the Panthers find themselves in a slight jam right now. As Philpott will come, he delivers. That one's down in the dirt. Good stop by Mai. 1 ball and 1 strike. T. Mai making a saving play at the moment to keep the runner at second base. Philpott stepping off the rubber right now, talking to his shortstop, Mr. Macias. Checks, delivers. There's a big swing and a miss. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Top of the lineup on deck, Mr. Bryce Stark. He scored earlier off a walk. Leadoff walk. So now the Bulldogs trying to add to their 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the second inning. Philpott checks the runner at second. Delivers. There's a ball hit straight up in the air. As going back is and it's going to be fouled back out of play, and it will remain at 1 ball and 2 strikes. So now the count remains at 1-2. Run is already scored. Runner is at second base. Panthers have committed 2 errors thus far in this contest. The 1-2 delivery on the way by Philpott. The runner goes, and it hits the runner. The runner will have to go back to third. No, he won't have to go back to third because he was stealing. But the runner, the batter, is going to be hit. So, well, he's not going to go back. They're going to say the hit pitch batter that the batter in this case, Hall, did not try to get out of the way. He kind of rolled with it. So it's going to be almost like a dead pitch. Well, they'll call it a ball. So it'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes. So they'll 86 that one. So it's 2-2 is the count now. So Philpott with a chance to redeem himself. Checking the runner at second. He now delivers a breaking ball hit toward Macias at shortstop. He fields it cleanly, throws it, and the out is recorded. 6-3 on the putout. And Washington will advance down to third base with 2 outs and the leadoff man, Bryce Stark. Stark walked off of 4 pitches, his first at bat. So Stark taking a few hefty dry cuts. Get ready to come on in. The pitch off speed. That one falls in for a strike. 0-1 is the count. 2-0 is our score here in the bottom of the second inning. Panthers have given up 2 errors, and as a result, 2 runs have come in. The 0-1 pitch, that one hit towards the second baseman, Jefferson. He takes it, fields it, flips it over, and that will retire the Bulldogs. But the Bulldogs get another run off of 1 hit. There was 1 error and 1 runner left on base. We've completed 2, ladies and gentlemen. Panthers trailing 2-0. We'll take a break and come back with more live action live from New Orleans, Louisiana.
In the last 30 years, childhood obesity in America has tripled. Today, 1 in 3 kids is already overweight or obese. This is registered dietitian Melissa Joy Dobbins for the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. Good nutrition is key to fighting childhood obesity. These tips can help your child stay healthy. Recruit them to the kitchen. Preparing meals teaches kids about healthy foods like lean proteins, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and low-fat dairy. Make sure to get 60 minutes of physical activity every day. Make it a family activity. And avoid sugary or caffeinated beverages. Give kids water, low-fat milk, and 100% fruit juices. To keep your whole family healthy, see a registered dietitian and visit www.eatright.org. Encouraging you to eat right, I'm registered dietitian Melissa Joy Dobbins with the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Brentz here with you live from Wesley Barrow Field here in beautiful New Orleans, Louisiana. Coming now to the top of the third inning, leading off will be second baseman Josh Jefferson. Jefferson's first pitch is swung on and hit straight up at shortstop. The center fielder will come take over. Stark's doing a good job. Saw his shortstop Hall battling the sun, and that will be out number 1 here to start off the third inning. We're back to the top of the lineup. Cody Denbesti got a single shot right back up the middle as he got the only hits for the Panthers so far, as he will come back in. Panther All-American steps in and takes ball 1 on the outside corner. Dembesti, residing out of California. He takes ball 2 upstairs. 2-0 is the count. Cody Dembesti out of Washington, California, finally takes a strike. And 2-1 is the count. Panthers trailing 2-0. 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. Season opener for the Panthers. There's a ball hit toward first base. Now the second baseman backing up and gets a 4-1 put out. Great job by Washam backing up Boggs for the 4-1 put out. And it's going to bring up now Mr. Edgar Sanchez. Sanchez grounded out to the first baseman his last at bat. He'll come up right now with 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning. The pitch by Clancy is an off-speed pitch that falls in for strike 1. 0-1 is the count. 2-0 is our score. Louisiana Tech on top of the Panthers. The pitch from Clancy upstairs makes it all even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Clancy so far started this 3rd inning off with 33 pitches under his belt. That was just pitch number 40. There's a ball hit right back up the middle, and Clancy had to get out of the way. That would have been a tattoo on the forehead. The ball hit straight back up the middle by Sanchez. Going to bring up Angel Avalos. Avalos grounded out to second base as he will now come up. Sanchez, not a real big lead at first base, and the check over, and he's back in time. Clancy now slowing down on his delivery when a runner gets on. Trying to change up his rhythm, if you will. Hitting is all about rhythm. There's a ball fouled out of play toward the left side, and it is 0-1. Avalos at the plate. On deck will be Shannon Washington. Panthers trying to cut this lead at least in half here in the top of the 3rd inning with 2 outs. Sanchez has increased his lead at first base a little bit. Does not go. There's a ball fouled back out of play again. And it quickly goes to 0-2. 0-2 is the count. 2-0 is our score here in the top of the 3rd inning. Wesley Barrow Park in New Orleans, Louisiana. Mike Prince here with you on the play-by-play for the Open Mic Broadcast Network. They check the runner back at first base, and everybody is on time. 76 degrees at the start of this game. My. So now Clancy. A check swing. They're going to say he did not go. The runner advanced to second base, and that would be, it looked like he may have gone around, but they did say he did not go. So Avalos will make the count go to 1-2. That would not be considered a stolen base, but will advance to second base does Sanchez. So the 1-2 count now and a base hit by Avalos could cut this lead in half. Avalos probably the best pure hitter on the Panthers team right now. As the pitch, he swung on and missed for the strikeout. So there were no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We've completed 2.5. Panthers are trailing by the score of 2-0. This is Mike Prince. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more Panthers baseball.
Childhood obesity is an epidemic in the U.S. However, breastfeeding from birth can help prevent childhood obesity. Obese kids are more likely to become obese adults who suffer from chronic diseases such as diabetes and heart disease. Every month a baby is breastfed, the chance of becoming overweight goes down, but a third of moms stop breastfeeding without hospital support. With nearly 500 babies born in U.S. hospitals every hour, hospitals play a vital role in helping a new mom start and continue breastfeeding. Yet about 95% of hospitals lack policies that fully support breastfeeding. There are 10 steps hospitals can take to support breastfeeding moms. These include making sure moms have time to learn how to breastfeed, are able to breastfeed as often as their baby needs, and that they know where to get help when they go home. Learn more about how hospitals can support breastfeeding moms at www.cdc.gov/vital-signs.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Prince here with you. We're going to the bottom of the third inning. Louisiana Tech up by the score of 2-0. Leading off will be Raphael Gladue, followed by Marshall Boggs and Cody Daigle. Philpott has 2 strikeouts on the day. He has given up 1 walk. 2 runs, but those runs were unearned. As we get ready for this first pitch of the third inning, Philpott checks in with Mai. That off-speed pitch misses, and it's 1-0. Josh Jefferson is back in short right field at the second base area, anticipating a hot shot to be coming off that bat. That ball is hit toward Macias at shortstop. The grab and the throw is in time for the 6-3 putout of Gladue. As it brings up now Marshall Boggs. That ball had like a back tail spin on it. It started out up the middle and ended up toward Macias at shortstop, who had it played perfect for the 6-3 putout. I want to bring up now Mr. Marshall Boggs. Boggs is 0 for 1. He grounded out to the second baseman. His first at bat, he takes ball 1. I want to remind you that you can check out Panthers baseball exclusively all season long right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. The pitch is outside, 2-0. We'll give you all Panther action. If you're ever at around the yard, come on by and check the Panthers out at home. You can see the stadium under construction on the football side as that ball is fouled back out of play. 2 balls and 1 strike. And while I'm thinking about it, congratulations to the Prairie View A&M University's bowling team, ranked number 23 in the nation. Congratulations to Coach White and the young ladies on the bowling squad. The 2-1 pitch now from Philpott. Off-speed breaker falls in for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning. Panthers trailing 2-0. Philpott trying to keep it as it is right now. The pitch offered up. That ball hit towards center field. Then Bestie going back, camped right up under it for out number 2. That ball jumped off, but then Bestie had it played perfect, went 2 steps to his right, and was able to can a corn, that one, as they like to call that, which means it was just simply an easy fly ball. I want to bring up now Cody Daigle. Cody Daigle was strikeout victim number 1 for Mr. Philpott back in inning number 1. The pitch offered up will be ball 1 on the outside corner as Philpott appears to be settling down here just a tad. The pitch swung on and missed, and it is 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 is the count. 2-0 is our score. Panthers trying to get, there's a ball hit deep toward left field, going back, and that ball is gone. All run in the left field, as touching them all will be Cody Daigle. Cody Daigle touching them all, took that ball to left field, and it is 3-0 now. Louisiana Tech on top of the Panthers. So it's going to bring up now Sean Ehrlich. Sean Ehrlich was a strikeout victim back in the first inning. Ulrich coming in after the home run by the teammate, and he bunts that one toward third base, and the pitcher Philpott gets it but not able to field it. And that's going to be a base hit, bunt, single, infield hit, as that was a bunt that everybody's sitting back on their heels on that particular play, and Ulrich laid it down right between the pitcher and third base. So Taylor Love will come up. Taylor popped out to the catcher, his first at bat. The pitch, off speed, misses for ball one. One run here scored in the third inning, as it is 3-0. Stepping out of the box right now will be Love. So Love comes in, the runner goes, the ball on the outside corner. The throw is not in time. Going to be a ball and a stolen base for Ehrlich. 2-0 is the count now. 2-0 is the count. 3-0 is our score. So checking the runner back at second base will be Philpott. Stop, fires. That ball hit toward left center field, and backing up and making the grab will be Drake for the third out. However, the Bulldogs get another run off the big solo blast by Mr. Daigle. 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We've completed 3, and the Panthers are trailing 3-0.
Hello, this is Mike Prince, the host of the Mike Prince Show, featured right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Just wanted to share with you that we have our app available where you can go and download it at Google Play absolutely free. You'll never miss another show. You can catch up with old archives, and you can pass it on. It's the gift that keeps on giving. The Mike Prince Show app available at Google Play absolutely free. Talk that makes sense. The Mike Prince Show, right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. It's a new year, and that means tax season is here, and Gunderson's Bookkeeping can provide you with personal income tax preparation. For more information and schedule an appointment, call Gunderson's Bookkeeping at 936-372-2661. The Jazz Bar, located in Prairie, Texas, is a great opportunity for you to have your next community event, whether it be nonprofit, funeral reception, community, charity, government, church, or individuals. The Jazz Bar has the accommodations to meet your needs. The Jazz Bar is open Thursdays through Sundays, and you can schedule your private parties Mondays through Wednesdays. The Jazz Bar, located in Prairie, Texas, dial 936-857-9566.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Leading off the fourth inning was a rocket hit by Shannon Washington to the second baseman for the line out for out number 1. It's going to bring up now Mr. T. Mai. T. Mai coming in. Mai flying out to center field, his first at bat. He takes a ball upstairs. 1-0 is the count. Panthers have given up 1 run in each inning, but that third inning was the first earned run, as there's a strike called on the pitch to T. Mai, I'm sorry. T. Mai, not Ty Mai, T. Mai. The 1-1 pitch is tapped right back to the pitcher. Takes his time and flips it over for the 1-3 put out, and it's quickly 2 outs here for the Panthers in the fourth inning. It's going to bring up David Drake, who grounded out to the shortstop. So Drake will come and take strike 1. 0-1 is the count, as it appears that Clancy is finding his groove mark right now. Working fast. There's a swing and a miss. 0-2 is the count. 0-2 is the count. 3-0 is our score. That ball is hit sharply at the first baseman, and making a dive and catch is Boggs for the 3 unassisted. And it's 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Panthers going into the bottom of the fourth, trailing 3-0. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
My name is Carmelita Lima. and this is my American story. I actually did 3 years of AmeriCorps, and during that time I was able to work for Habitat for Humanity. When I showed up on the site, there was a hole in the ground, and by the time we left, there was a house, and a woman could sweep her floor for the first time, and she just started crying, and we all hugged her, and it was just a moment that is burned in my memory. I encourage everybody to serve because it's just something that will bring light to your life. I don't know how else to explain it. It's a way of connecting to the world and giving back and showing love to people that you don't even know.
Every one of us has a role to play in making our communities and our country stronger. Discover yours. Help us continue to make a difference in the life of our nation. Go to serve.gov and find the opportunity that works for you. This message is brought to you by the Corporation for National and Community Service.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Prince here with you. We're going to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Panthers are trailing Louisiana Tech Bulldogs by the score of 3-0. So far, the Panthers have 2 hits, and they've left 3 runners stranded on the base paths. For Louisiana Tech, they have 3 hits, 2 errors, and 3 runners left on the base paths, and 2 runs come off of those 2 errors. And now leading off will be Brent Diaz, leading off this bottom half of the fourth inning for Louisiana Tech. Diaz got a single and scored his first at bat. He takes a ball upstairs from Mr. Charles Philpott. 1-0 is the count. Philpott started this inning off with 52 pitches under his belt, as he still has some wiggle room left. Missing outside, 2-0. Speaking with Coach Barrow, says he's going to have an 85 to 90 pitch count to start the season off and let him build from there. So we'll see how that unfolds as the 2-0 pitch now coming from Philpott. Stepping out of the box now and coming back was Mai. So the 2-0 pitch offered up by Philpott is upstairs. 3-0 is the count. On deck will be Jordan Washam. Checking in, looking, 3-0 delivery. There's a strike call. 3 balls, 1 strike. Bottom of the fourth inning. Panthers trailing 3-0. The pitch offered up, and that is a ball. That's going to be a walk. It looked like it was close enough to call, but not to the liking and satisfaction of Marshall Thomas. So that will be the second walk offered up by Philpott, as it will bring Jordan Washam. Now, Washam got a single his last at bat and advanced to third. Riggins now coming out to discuss the matter with Philpott. Does not appear that there's any bullpen action going on for the Panthers right now. Speaking with Riggins on last night, he was wanting to get at least 7 innings out of his starting pitcher for today. So now they are trying to salvage what they can right now here in the fourth inning. So while Riggins returns back, Philpott will get ready to go up against Washam. And I would not be surprised if Washam doesn't lay one down right now to see third baseman Sanchez playing in on the grass. They're holding the runner on at first base, playing double play depth up the middle. Then Bestie is playing slightly to the shortstop bag of center field. There's a bunt push towards third base, and a throw will go 5-3 for the putout. That's going to be a sacrifice. Runner will advance to second base. And that will bring up now Mr. Chandler Hall. Now, Hall grounded out to shortstop after he was, it appeared that he was hit by a pitch, but he was called for not trying to get out of the way. He ended up grounding out. So we'll see what happens now with the number 9 batter. The pitch from Philpott swung on and is popped straight up. My will not have a chance as that hits the top of the booth. 0-1 is the count. Mike Prince here with you live from Wesley, Barrow Park in New Orleans, Louisiana. Or is it Louisiana? Depending on who you're talking to. They know you're not from around here. They say the Big Easy because it's Wheezy, baby. There's a ball on the inside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Panthers trailing 3-0. Mike Prince here with you. We're having a good time. If you can't have fun at a baseball game, there is something wrong with you. The 1-1 pitch. That ball hit sharply towards center field, but right there to get it is Dembesti. He quickly gets it in, and it is 2 outs. That was a line shot hit by Hall, but Dembesti had him played perfect, and dare not to try to arm was the catcher, Diaz. The catchers are not known for running swiftly, and it would have been a double play the hard way, but he decides to stay on in because Bryce Stark will come up to bat now. Stark is actually officially 0 for 1. He did walk and score in the first inning, and he will come up now after grounding out to the second baseman back in the second inning. The pitch offered up, breaking ball, falls in for strike 1. Panthers trying to keep things together as they'll be heading toward this 5th inning here. They can get out of this inning right now trailing 3-0. The pitch offered up. That's down in the dirt. Good stop by Mai. T-Mai. T-I. Oh, not T-I. T-Mai. Okay. Or T-Pain. Is it T-Pain? Is that who it is? T-Pain. There's a ball hit back out of play toward the third base side. It's 1-2 is the count now. The latech Bulldogs under Coach Golf. Over 400 wins under his belt. As Coach Riggins, his first game out of the chute. The pitch outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes on deck will be Rafael Gladue. But I'm sure that Coach Riggins and Mr. Philpott would like to see him leading off the 5th inning. Which means they want to get the outs right here on start. There's a ball hit straight up toward left center. Coming up, and Drake making the grab. And that is going to retire the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs get no runs or no hits. They leave no errors and 1 runner stranded. We have completed 4 innings of baseball, and the Panthers are trailing by the score of 3-0. We're going to pause for the calls, and we'll be right back with more Panthers baseball.
I know that as parents, we work hard to do everything right. We baby-proof our homes, put our kids in car seats, and learn what to do in an emergency. Yet most parents don't know that children could be poisoned by lead paint in their own homes. Lead poisoning causes permanent learning and behavior disorders, and the culprit is usually dust from peeling or chipping lead paint, which goes from the children's hands right into their mouths. Keep paint in good condition in your home, daycare, and other places where your children live and play. Ask your doctor to test your child for lead poisoning and get your home tested too. For more information on how to address lead paint problems safely, call 1-800-424-LED. This has been a public service announcement.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're headed to the top of the 5th inning. Panthers trailing by the score of 3-0. Joe Mack, Kevin Macias, and Josh Jefferson scheduled to bat for the Panthers here in the 5th inning. Joe Mack coming up. Back in the ready to do the lefty on lefty battle. The pitch is a strike call to Mr. Joe Mack. Joe Mack out of Houston, Texas. San Jack transfer. That ball is missed outside. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count. Got old Joe listed at 6'2", 180 pounds. The pitch offered up. That one's outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Panthers got 2 hits so far, but it appears that Mr. Clancy is settling down, if you will. We'll try to give you a pitch count on this young man momentarily. So 2-2 is the count. The pitch swung on, and that one's fouled back. Still remains at 2-2 here on Mr. Joe Mack. The pitch offered up, breaking ball, outside corner called, and that is a strikeout, not to the liking of Joe Mack. So Joe Mack will go back. That's the second strikeout by Clancy, as it's going to bring up Kevin Macias. Macias flied out to right field back in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. The pitch offered up, showing bunt and taking strike 1. You can hear the laughter in the park. Good turnout as some of the second teams are showing up for the second. There's a ball hit up the middle. Making the grab will be Washam, and the second baseman will make the 4-3 put out to retire. Macias is going to bring up now Josh Jefferson. Jefferson is 0 for 1. He flied out to center field. Jefferson, 0 for 1. Coming in, wind picking up just a little bit, as Jefferson will take a ball on the outside corner. Top of the 5th inning, Panthers got a hit in the first inning, a hit in the third inning, and they left runners stranded in the first 3 innings, as that's a strike called on the outside corner to Josh Jefferson. The 1-1 pitch. That one got some dirt or something, got into the eye of home plate umpire Marshall Thomas. And I believe he called a ball. 2-1 is the count. So we'll see what happens. They got this turf field, so it could have been a pellet or anything. That ball is fouled back out of play to make the count even at 2-2. He appears to be okay. 22 is the count here in the 5th inning. Josh Jefferson awaiting the pitch. And that ball is outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So waiting on deck is Cody Denbesti. He will try to see if Mr. Jefferson can get on. Maybe they can try to make some things happen here. That ball's inside for ball 4, and Jefferson works the walk. That is the second walk offered up, as it will now bring up Mr. Cody Denbesti. Denbesti is 1 for 2. He got a screaming shot up the middle in the first inning. Grounded out to second base on an unusual 4-1 put out after the efforts of Boggs. Couldn't get it at first base, backed up by Washam. The pitch is a strike call to Denbesti here in the 5th inning. Game is rolling right along. It started at 1:59 p.m. with just a little bit over an hour. There's a foul ball hit toward left field. Denbesti go back in. So now Clancy ready to go. Jefferson at first base. Checking the runner back, and Jefferson is in time. Jefferson worked the walk here with 2 outs. 0-2 to Denbesti. Denbesti awaits the pitch. The runner goes, and he's caught up. The throw, and they're going to get a 1-3-6 on the put-out to Jefferson. 1-3-6 is the put-out. Denbesti will lead off the sixth inning, and we've completed 5 1/2. The Panthers trailing 3-0. This is Mike Prince at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We'll take a break for 60 seconds, and we'll be right back.
Go, Caleb! Come on, hit a homer, Jesse!
Go, guys!
Hey, did you guys know that kids who play sports earn more money when they grow up?
Of course. I knew that.
Hey, did you guys know that kids who read books have a bigger vocabulary?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Wow, jinx. Did you guys know that friendly children have more friends?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's true. I knew that. Did you guys know that winter babies are better at music?
Everyone knows that.
Oh, yeah?
Pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Obvious.
Oh, hey, guys, did you know that most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Huh. Didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure I knew that. I'm pretty sure you did.
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right car seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to make sure your child is protected. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Prince here with you. We're rolling right along here, going to the bottom of the fifth inning. Charles Philpott is still pitching for the Panthers. He has unofficially 66 pitches under his belt. His counterpart, Tyler Clancy, has 68 pitches under his belt. So we'll find out how much longer they'll go. Meanwhile, Rafael Gladue will get ready to come in bat. Getting ready. The first pitch is smashed foul down third base line. 4 strike 1. Gladue is 0 for 2. He reached on an error in the first inning by third baseman. All-speed pitch, just missing. 1 ball and 1 strike. Grounded out to shortstop in the third inning, and he now awaits here in the fifth inning. The pitch, strike is called. Another breaking ball. Got on the inside part. Giving up on that one really was Gladue. 1-2 is the count. Philpott kicks, delivers. There's a ball hit up the middle for a base hit. That's a kind of fat pitch to be given up with 2 strikes. So it's going to bring up now Marshall Boggs. Boggs is 0 for 2. He grounded out to second base in the first inning and then fly to center field in the third. So he will come in to see what happens here as Gladue has a decent lead, hit first base. Does not go. There's a ball hit foul down third base line. Strike 1 is the call. 0-1 is the count. 3-0 is our score here in the fifth inning. Panthers trailing at the moment. Still got some time left here in the season opener here against Louisiana Tech at Wesley Barrow Park in New Orleans. The runner goes, did not throw. And did he call it a ball or a strike? He didn't call it anything, I don't think. Oh, he did call it a strike. No, he called it a ball. So the runner does advance on the stolen base. The pitch, there's a high chopper toward third base. Sanchez makes the grab and a strong throw for the put-out. Great job by Sanchez. Had to wait for the hop to come down, but he had a strong enough arm to make up the hustling Boggs down first base line, and holding at second base will be Gladue. So it's going to bring up Cody Daigle. Daigle homered to left field in the third inning here. Takes a breaking ball for ball 1. In fact, Daigle got the first with a second hit of the game. They got 3 hits so far. The pitch inside. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. We got 1 out here in the 5th inning. Philpott slow and finally stepping off. Kind of worried about Gladue out there at second base. PV Baseball right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Philpott checking, and Gladue takes a belly flop back into second base. Coming back now. 21 is the count. And the pitch. Strike 2 on the inside corner. 2-2 is the count with 1 out here in the 5th inning. Panthers trailing 3-0. Runner at second base. The runner goes. A high pitch, and the ball is not going to be down at third in time. That's going to be another stolen base by Gladue. So it's actually going to be a 3-1 is the count. So 31 is the indicator now. So now the 3-1 pitch offered up by Philpott, and that's a strike call. So it makes it 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 is the count. A runner at third base. Philpott trying to hold off. That ball is fouled back, and it will remain at full counts. On deck is Sean Ulrich. Philpott pitching from the windup. Stops, kicks, fires. There's a swing. Oh, and a foul tip. Mai couldn't hold on to that one. So Mai steps out, tosses the ball back. We got a slight shadow right now that is covering over home plate, and that could be a disadvantage to the batters right now as that ball is coming from the sunlight to the shade. We'll see how they adjust to that as this game progresses on. And there's a pitch on the outside for ball 4, and that's going to walk Mr. Daigle. Runners now at the corner, as it was 66 pitches for Philpott coming up. Now it looks like there is some bullpen activity for the Panthers. Try to make out that's. We got the number. We'll give you the name here in just a second. It's Edward Robledo will be coming out of the bullpen. Robledo, number 3, warming up for the Panthers. Panthers need a twin kill right about now as Ulrich comes up to bat. Checks the runner back at first base. As we were talking about the pitch count, we get up to 81 pitches now for Philpott. And he's getting close to that caution button that Coach Burrell was speaking of earlier. The pitch offered up. There's a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 is the count. Ulrich steps out, checks out the coaching signals from Coach Goff, third base. Now ready to go back. Philpott from the stretch. Checks the runner at first and throws back over. Back in time is Daigle. Daigle was at first base. He reached on a walk. A single and 2 stolen bases by Gladue, who awaits at third base. Runners on the corner, 1 out here in the 5th inning. Bulldogs on top. 3-0. That ball fouled out of play toward the right side, and it's quickly 0-2 right now. Strikeout would be big, but the double play would be even bigger for the Panthers to escape a potential run-scoring inning for the Bulldogs. So Philpott now, he had a situation early where he gave up a big hit to Gladue with a 1-2 count. Let's hope he doesn't repeat that. Don't want to give him too much of a fat pitch with 2 strikes. So now, Philpott, after checking the runner at first base, will come in. Timeout is being called by Ehrlich. These young men coming in here, is that catfish you got over there, man? He says, all right. It smells more than all right from my vantage point. The pitch offered up, no. Well, stepping off the rubber now. Still 0-2 is the count. As Philpott trying to play a little cat and mouse game right now. Finally stops, relieves. There's a ball that's fouled back out of play, and the count will hold at 0-2. Philpott in the 5th inning of work, trying to complete the 5th inning as you hear the old train rolling by. Philpott stepping in with mine. He's been real slow and deliberate right now. Not sure if he's fatiguing at this point. I'm just trying to help Robledo, who's warming up, get his pitches in. There's a ball, another one fouled back out of play. As the train continues to roll on by, slow and methodically. So Philpott being slow and methodical himself, as you hear the tooting of the horn. Checking out now. Philpott sets and checks the runner again at first base. Most cases, when a pitcher starts doing that, he's kind of losing a little bit of confidence to check that much. Not saying that is the case of Philpott, but probably getting a little fatigued at this being the first game of the season. The pitch, breaking ball. There's a chopper. It could be the double play they needed. Over at 4. Oh, and threw it away was Jefferson. And a runner does score. Jefferson he went for the 4 unassisted double play instead of flipping it to Josh at shortstop. So it's going to be Daigle will be 4 unassisted on the outs. The run, Gladue will score. And then at second base will be Ehrlich off of the errant throw by Jefferson. So it is now 4-0 as Taylor Love comes to bat now. So the runner's at second base. The breaking ball falls in for a strike. That is error number 3 on the Panthers. Checking things out. That ball misses outside. So it is 1 ball, 1 strike. Another run has come in for the Bulldogs. Philpott lets that one loose, and that one's fouled straight back. And it is 1 ball and 2 strikes. If I were a betting man, this might be the last inning for Philpott, if he can get through this one. Robledo is warming up. Edward Robledo. The pitch. Oh, my, hit straight back up the box. Getting out of the way was Philpott. Run at the plate. Oh, and making the safe tag was Ehrlich. Ehrlich will be scored, and that's going to be an RBI single. And advancing on the throw will be Love. So he'll go to second base. An RBI single, and is going to make it now 5-0. Louisiana Tech on top of the Panthers. The second hit of the inning, second run of the inning. And I believe that's going to do it. Well, they might try to get one more out of Philpott. But coming out to discuss the situation with him now, that appears to be, that's Coach Barrow. Coach Barrow talking to him. All he really wants him to do right now is don't worry about what has already happened. Get through this inning, and more than likely he's going to be done. So the discussion is kind of short and brief as a home plate official, Mr. Thomas, says we're going to have to break it up, guys. We got another game coming behind you. And so they'll break that one up. I want to remind you that Panthers baseball can be heard exclusively at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, OBN-Radio.com. Check out our website. Go to the broadcast page, broadcast live page, and you'll see the schedules of games planned for the 2016 campaign. We're ready to go back now as Brent Diaz steps into the box. He will take a ball on the outside corner. Makes it 1-0 to count. So now we're coming in. Philpott has really, really slowed down on his approach toward the plate. Meanwhile, Robledo continues to warm up in the bullpen. There's a ball downstairs. 2-0 is the count. 5-0 is our score here in the fifth inning. 2 runs have come across here in this fifth inning of play. Checking a runner. Getting back will be Love. Love just traded places with Ulrich. Ulrich was at second base after the RBI single from Love. The pitch. That one misses inside. 3-0 is the count. On deck will be Jordan Washam. Diaz awaiting a 3-0 pitch from Philpott. Philpott kicks, delivers, and there's a strike called on the inside corner. 3-0 is the count now. 5-0 is our score. Top of the fifth inning. 1 run in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and 2 here in the fifth inning. As another strike is called. Thinking he was going to get the free pass was Diaz. Diaz coming back after he may have tried to beat Marshall Thomas to the call. And he said, I'll show you what a strike is. You come back over here and put this bat on your shoulder. So sometimes that is not favorable to show up blue because blue has the final say. See if Philpott can take advantage of that situation right now. The payoff pitch is on the way from Philpott. Panthers trailing 5-0. He checks in with Mai. Checks the runner at second. The pitch, a check swing, but it's going to be ball 4. So it's going to be runners on first and second, and Coach Antoine Riggins has had enough, and he is going to ask for some help. And with that, we're going to take us a break, and we'll come back. We'll tell you all about Mr. Edward Robledo. We're going to have a pitching change coming up here for the Panthers as Edward Robledo will come in. We'll take a break. We'll come back and tell you all about it. Panthers trailing 5-0 here in the fifth inning. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the official voice of Waller County Athletics. We're taking a break from our live coverage right now, but stay tuned. We'll be right back with more live coverage. You can keep up with us on Twitter at OBN_radio. You can follow us on iHeartRadio. Go to iHeartRadio.com, hit the talk section. From there, go to sports and look for OBN Sports. You can like our Facebook page at Open Mic Broadcast Network. Be sure to follow us on Spreaker.com. Look for Open Mic Broadcast Network. You can also send us an email at ombnetwork@gmail.com. And don't forget, you can always follow us at our website at KTORradio.com. the station designed with you in mind, the Open Mic Broadcast Network. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the official voice of Waller County Athletics. We're taking a break from our live coverage right now, but stay tuned. We'll be right back with more live coverage. You can keep up with us on Twitter at OBN_radio. You can follow us on iHeartRadio. Go to iHeartRadio.com, hit the talk section. From there, go to sports and look for OBN Sports. You can like our Facebook page at Open Mic Broadcast Network. Be sure to follow us on Spreaker.com. Look for Open Mic Broadcast Network. You can also send us an email at ombnetwork@gmail.com.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Edward Robledo comes in to pitch now out of Wharton, Texas Junior College. He'll come in. We'll give you the numbers on Field Pot here in just a second. Field Pot, unofficially, goes 4 2/3 innings, 96 pitches, gives up 5 runs, but only one of those runs was earned. As Robledo will now come in, and there's a breaker that falls in for strike number 1. He's going up against Mr. Washam. Robledo, used to this kind of work for the Wharton County Pioneers, and there's a ball chopped foul towards first base. It will be 0-2 the count. So Robledo, if you heard that name before, we called some of the Pioneers games last year and a little bit this year, as there's a ball fouled down first base again, and it quickly stays at 0-2. Runners at first and second base. Taylor Love at second after getting an RBI single, advancing to second on the throw, then followed up by a walk by Brent Diaz, as that was walk number 3, I believe. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 walks. There's a swing and a miss, and it gets away from the catcher, and a runner will score. And just like that, the floodgates have opened. Another unearned run, a strikeout, and a pass ball. That's going to be E2. And runners will advance to the corner, so first and third. So Robledo will get the strikeouts.
Number 3, Chandler Hall.
So Robledo will face Chandler Hall. Hall lined out to center field his last at bat. He takes a breaking ball outside. 1-0 is the count. Panthers have hit a big ditch in the road here in the 5th inning. So they will try to regroup. Checks the runner back over at first base. Everybody is back safely. Robledo checking the situation out. Throws back over to first base. Can hear the teammates hollering back, back, back. Checking the runners and the pitch from Robledo. He is outside. 2-0 now to the number 9 batter, Chandler Hall. On deck will be Bryce Stark. Mai comes back from discussing with Robledo. So we just need to get you out of this one, my man. Barrow checking the situation out now and delivers. That's downstairs. 3-0 now. And the Panthers got yet some more bullpen activity working out. Looks like we have there's a strike call. As says Jordan Johnson. Looks like he's warming up for the Panthers. 3-1 is the count. 6-0 is our score. The runner goes, and that's ball 4. So the first batter Robledo faces, he walks. And that will be the first walk that he's given up. So you're back at the top. Bryce Stark, who is 0 for 2, although he scored a run back in the first inning. So what was cruising along is coming to be a panic alert right now, as that's a ball just outside. 1-0 is the count. Bases are full of runners. 2 outs here in the 5th inning. The pitch outside. 2-0 is the count. No room left in the end. You're going to have to go to him. 2-0 is the count. A hitter's count with bases loaded. Stark trying to blow the gates off for here in the 5th inning. And that one misses. 3-0 is the count. And now it's 3-0. Customarily, the take would be on. We'll see what happens if Coach Goff gives a red light to start. And there's a strike call. 3-1 is the count. 6-0 is our score here in the bottom of the 5th inning, scheduled for 9. Panthers and the Bulldogs. Conference USA versus the Southwestern Athletic Conference. The 3-1 pitch. There's a high chopper hit toward Avalos, and Avalos will get there in time for the 3 unassisted, but the damage has been done. 3 runs, and it was a total of 2 hits, and there were two errors and 3 runners left on. So it is 6-0 Bulldogs on top of the Panthers. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the 6th inning.
You're listening to Community Radio, the Open Mic Broadcast Network, 87.9 FM, Prairie, Texas. Has your vehicle been giving you the blues? Contact our good friend at Larry's Automotive at 30540-FM1488 in the Field Store area. Now 936-931-5566. It's a new year, and that means tax season is here. And Gunderson's Bookkeeping can provide you with personal income tax preparation. For more information and schedule an appointment, call Gunderson's Bookkeeping at 936-372-2661.
Hi, this is Antoine Riggins, the head baseball coach at Prairie and the Panthers. You're listening to Panthers Baseball on the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I've just been corrected that Mr. Robledo did not come from Warden. That's what they had on his roster here, but we do apologize about that as we go to the top of the 6th inning. The Panthers are trailing by the score of 6-0. Cody Dembeste leading off as he will take a strike on the curveball. So it is 0-2 is the count to Dembeste. He's getting things here set up. The 0-2 delivery outside. 1-2 is the count. Dembeste You say it's from Wharton, Texas, and not Wharton Junior College. There's a swing and a miss as Dembesti will go down on strikes. We do appreciate the listeners keeping us in tune and in line. We appreciate you guys. We're in this together. And now that I look at it, he did go to Wharton High School. Forgive me. Out of Wharton, Texas. There's a strike called to Mr. Edgar Sanchez. Sanchez got a single, his last bat up the middle. There's a foul tip, and it is quickly 0-2 to Edgar Sanchez. So now Clancy is feeling real good and strong. Had 68 pitchers coming into this sixth inning. That ball just outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. On deck for the Panthers will be Angel Avalos. 1-2 pitch. That ball hit toward the second baseman. Washam takes it, flips it over for the 4-3 put out. And it is quickly 2 outs for the Panthers. Panthers have 2 hits to their credit as we are coming with 1 out remaining here in this 6th inning. So coming in now will be Avalos as he faces off. Avalos takes a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. Avalos is 0 for 2, struck out in the 3rd and grounded out in the 1st to second base. The 0-1 delivery. There's a ball hits forward, left center field, and that ball is going to be in the gap. Avalos will round up the second, and he will hold up with a stand-up 2-out double to left center field. We were telling you earlier that he is probably the purest hitter that the Panthers have. As not able to catch up to that was Stark, and Love hit it right in the gap into left center field. They got the gaps listed at 390 at left center field. That was a pretty good pop. That's coming out now will be Coach Goff. Coach Goff coming out to discuss the situation as Shannon Washington will come in to at bat for the Panthers. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Panthers trailing 6-0. This is Mike Prince live from New Orleans, Louisiana at Wesley Barrow Baseball Complex, home of the SWAC Championships, as we are in the season opener here for Panther baseball, exclusively on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Got a couple of women's games scheduled for softball. If I'm not mistaken, I know one date in March and another one is in April, as the Panthers, under Coach Vernon Bland, will have some of those games scheduled for you. As this has been a very long meeting, and they're not going to have an injury timeout, as now they switching pitchers, it looks like, though. They're going to switch pitchers. And that is going to be it, as Tyler Clancy has finished his day. It appears that Nate Harris out of San Antonio, Texas, will come in. He's a transfer from Hill College. We'll tell you a little bit more about him as we get ready to continue on here, as a break is in the air. Panthers trailing 6-0, runner in scoring position. When we come back, we'll pick things up right where they left off. You listen to Panther baseball right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, live from Louisiana. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the official voice of Waller County Athletics. We're taking a break from our live coverage right now, but stay tuned. We'll be right back with more live coverage. You can keep up with us on Twitter at OBN_radio. You can follow us on iHeartRadio. Go to iHeartRadio.com, hit the talk section. From there, go to sports and look for OBN Sports. You can like our Facebook page at Open Mic Broadcast Network. Be sure to follow us on Spreaker.com. Look for Open Mic Broadcast Network. You can also send us an email at ombnetwork@gmail.com. And don't forget, you can always follow us at our website at ktorradio.com. The station designed with you in mind, the Open Mic Broadcast Network. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the official voice.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The new pitcher on the mound, Mr. Nate Harris. As we mentioned, Nate Harris out of San Antonio, Texas. He'll come up to face Mr. Shannon Washington. We'll give you Clancy's numbers here after this pitch. The pitch on the way. There's a swing and a miss for strike one to Washington. Clancy goes 5 2/3 of an inning, no runs, 3 hits, and 2 walks. Had a total of 78 pitches. Pitch on the way. There's another big swing and a miss off the breaking ball, and it's 0-2 to Shannon Washington. On deck will be Ty Mai. Ready to go with the 0-2 count and the pitch. Check swing. He gets away from the catcher, and a runner will advance to third base off the wild pitch. 1-2 is the count. Good stop by the catcher, Diaz, but to no avail. Could not stop the advancement of the runner, Mr. Avalos. There's a ball hit toward right field, giving chase. Oh, climbing the fence. Ran out of real estate. Great effort by Ulrich. So it's going to be 1-2 to count remaining. Panthers just trying to get on the board right this point. Nothing worse than an old goose egg. So you want to chip away, find your first positive of the day. Well, it wouldn't be the first positive, but getting the run would be a big positive. Coming from the stretch now, when that ball is missing outside by Harris. 2-2 is the count now. Shannon Washington out of Houston, Texas. Pitch, that one's down in the dirt. Another good stop by the catcher Diaz, and it has worked back to a full count. So the payoff pitch on the way now from Harris. Runner at third base is Avalos. The pitch on the way. Breaking ball, and it misses. So the walk was worked up by Washington. So the catcher now, T. Mai, will come up to bat. Give a shout out to Coach Carter, who's listening. He's, what I'm understanding now, leading a group at the Lone Star College Club Baseball. Good luck to their, I believe, their inaugural season here. We'll find out here if we can. We'll be taking on and trying to creep things up. From my understanding, I think these guys are going to be trying to get into Region 14 after a while. The pitch offered up to Mai is a strike. Mai is 0 for 2 on the day. So the pitch offered up by Harris. A swing and a miss. 0-2 is the count. Mai swung right through that one, took something off of that one, had him all out on his front foot and everything. Mai awaiting the pitch from Harris in relief. There's a big swing and a miss, and down goes Mai. So the Panthers threaten, but they do not score. Leave 2 runners on the base pads, no runs, 1 hit, and no errors. And we completed 5.5. Panthers trailing 6-0. We'll be right back.
As you spend your money on holiday gifts, don't forget to set aside some cash for retirement as a gift to yourself. Saving a little of your monthly income for retirement can be as affordable as the average holiday gift. If retirement is near, you'll want to hop on a fast sled and start saving right away. If you're younger, begin saving now, and compound interest will help your retirement fund snowball. A great way to start figuring out how much you'll need to save for retirement is to learn how much you could expect from Social Security. You can do that in minutes with Social Security's online retirement estimator at www.socialsecurity.gov/estimator. Happy holidays from Social Security.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Prince here with you as we are live from Wesley Barrow Park in New Orleans, Louisiana. The Panthers trailing at the moment of a score of 6-0. We're going to the bottom of the 6th inning. Scheduled to lead off will be Raphael Gladue, Marshall Boggs, and Cody Daigle. As the Panthers, I believe they're whipping in Nanan right about now. As Gladue will lead off. Gladue got a single and scored after stealing 2 bases back in the 5th inning. Reached on an error in the 1st and grounded out to short in the 3rd, so unofficially he is 1 for 3 on the day. And he swings and fouls the first pitch he sees back out of play for strike 1. 0-1 is the count. Edward Robledo in. And he gets the strike called. 0-2 is the count. Robledo working out. There's a ball hit toward right field. Driving, going back. And, oh, did the ball drop? What happened? He caught it, and it looked like he dropped it on the throw out, so they're going to say it's an out. Wow. Okay, so that will be out number 1. Joe Mack caught it, then I guess he got ready to transfer it to get it back in. He dropped it, but we'll take it. So there's another high chopper towards second base. Jefferson gets it in time to retire Boggs for the 4-3 putout. And it's quickly 2 outs here in the 6th inning. It's going to bring up now Cody Daigle. Daigle is 1 for 2. He did walk in the 5th inning, got a homer to left field in the 3rd, and struck out in the 1st. Pitch from Robledo is a strike call. 0-1 is the count. 6-0 is our score in the bottom of the 6th inning. Opening day for Panther baseball. Robledo comes in. All-speed pitch falls in for strike 2. 0-2 is the count. Robledo trying to get some quick work done here in the 6th inning. The pitch offered. That one misses outside. 1-2. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter at OBN_radio. That's OBN_radio. Like our Facebook page, Open Mic Broadcast Network. The pitch, that ball hit sharply towards second. Diving, making a stop. Jefferson with a throw for the 4-3 putout. And the Panthers get 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no runners left on. We've completed 6 innings. Panthers trailing 6-0.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dave Dixon for On the Road in Texas. A university study proves what you might already know from firsthand experience. People who drive a long way to get to work have higher blood pressure than those with shorter commutes. Trooper Sparky Dean has more on aggressive driving.
The more congested our streets and highways get, the more aggressive driving we troopers see on the road. Tailgating, passing on the right, changing lanes without signaling. These things frustrate fellow drivers and are dangerous besides. If you encounter someone who's obviously having a bad traffic day and who's not handling it well, give them plenty of space. Don't make eye contact or rude hand gestures, and don't honk your horn.
Trooper Dean reminds us that while we can't control what other people do behind the wheel, we can control our own actions. Don't let aggressive driving rub off on you. For the Texas Department of Transportation and the Texas Department of Public Safety, I'm Dave Dixon reminding you to save a life.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to the top of the 7th inning. Panthers trailing 6-0. So there's been a defensive change. Chase Lunsford will be in at third base. Lunsford at third base. As coming in is Harris. Misses to David Drake on the outside corner to start the 7th inning off. Give a shout out to my loving wife, Stephanie Prince. She's let me know that she's listening. There's another ball. 2-0 is the count. She says we're sounding good and clear. I won't tell you what else she said I sound like. That's between she and I. Ball is inside. 3-0 is the count. 3-0 is the count. 6-0 is the score. Top of the 7th inning. Panthers trailing 6-0. The 3-0 pitch from Harris is in for strike one. As David Drake will be followed by Joe Mack and Kevin Macias. The pitch, there's a big swing and a foul tip. 3-2 is the count. Don't forget, go to our website at OBN-Radio.com. That's OBN-Radio.com. Give a shout out to my good buddy in Mississippi, Mr. Lee Hall, the voice of Greenwood, Mississippi. There's a high chopper toward third base. Lumford's going to get a shot. Barehand throws it up the line. That's going to be an E5. And will be an E5, but the good hustling by Drake. So it's going to bring up now Joe Mack. Joe Mack coming in. He was called out on strikes back in the 5th inning. As comes in, taking a strike. As we got a pinch hitter now. That's not Joe Mack. That is number 2, Nick Girk. So Girk, they did not make the announcement here, so we got to get that straightened out. There's a ball fouled out of play. So Nick Girk. We do apologize about that, ladies and gentlemen. Had a slight disruption in the broadcast, but we are back and functioning. Got everything together here. So now we're still at 0-2 is the count. As a swing and a miss, the runner is out at the plate. The runner will advance on the pass ball. So we'll be a runner at second base. As coming up to bat now will be Brent Diaz. Diaz is 1 for 1. He's got 2 walks, a single, and a run scored. He got a single to the left field back in the second inning. So we'll come on in, get things set up, ready to go. The pitch offered up, a check swing for a strike is called. As it is 0-1 to the Bulldog catcher. The pitch, that ball is fouled out of play. 0-2 is the count here in this 7th inning of play. Roberto checks the runner. There's another ball. That one quickly gets back. Still stay at 0-2. As the Panthers trying to find a way to get at least one out of here. Beto checking the runners. The runner goes. There's a swing and a miss. A throw down to third. It's not in time. So Diaz strikes out. There'll be a stolen base for Ulrich. Ulrich with his second stolen base of the game. So it's going to bring up Jordan Washam. Roberto checking the runner. There's a ball, foul back out of play. 1 strike. 2 strikeouts for Robledo here in his relief duties. Trying to come back in. That shadow is steady growing now from the ball. That ball hit right back up the middle, and a run will score. It looked like that ball was going to jump right into the glove of Robledo, but Washam put it right where it wasn't. Goes right over second base for an RBI single to make it now 7-0 here in the 7th inning. So it's going to bring up Chandler Hall. Chandler Hall coming in. Chandler is 0 for 2. It walked in the 5th inning. He swings the first pitch, hits it to Macias. Macias, could not get the throw in time to Jefferson. It short hops at second base, and that's going to be another error, E6. And Jefferson couldn't get the handle from the toss from Macias. So runners at first and second now, as that is error number 5 for the Panthers. So Bryce Stark will now come up to bat. The center fielder. 0 for 3, did walk and score in the first inning. There's a ball hit sharply toward right field. The runner's going to be Wade home. The throw from Gerlich is in time, and they got him at the plate. The 9-2 putouts for the putout to retire Washam, but the hit will count. So that was a single toward right field, and it was 1 run off a total of 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 runner stranded on the base pads. We have gotten past the 7th inning. We're headed to the 8th inning. Panthers are trailing by the score of 7-0. Leading for the Panthers will be Cody Dembesti, followed by Edgar Sanchez and Angel Avalos. You're listening to Panther Baseball right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Chris,
Can you put the video game controller down for a second?
I can talk and play. Oh, I'm totally annihilating this punk kid in Nebraska.
I just feel like you're not acting like a grown-up in our relationship.
Am too.
Well, you still ride your skateboard to work. There's the comic book collection, the race car bed.
Look, I'm young at heart, but I put money into my 401k every paycheck. I picked up a few savings tips at feedthepig.org. I have control of my financial life now, and that feels pretty grown up.
Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. For free ideas and easy tips on ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
So, I bet I look like a grown-up to you now.
Well, except for the footy pajamas, I'd have to agree.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Prince here with you. Top of the 8th inning, Panthers running out of outs. Cody Dembesti to lead off. He takes ball 1. 1 for 3 on the day. The pitch is another ball hit right back up the middle off the glove of the pitcher Harris, but backed up by Washam. So that is actually going to go 1-4-3 on the putout for Dembesti. 1-4-3. And it will bring up Mr. Edgar Sanchez. Sanchez is 1 for 3. Got a single to center field in the third inning. As he takes ball 1. Pitching from the windup is Harris. Harris kicks and fires. There's a big swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Harris ready to go. There's a ball hit toward third base. Longford makes the throw on a short hop. Catch for the 5-3 put out. It is quickly 2 out here in the top of the 8th inning for the Panthers. It's going to bring up Angel Avalos. Avalos coming up to bat. Avalos got a double to left center field back in the 6th inning as he takes strike 1. Struck out in the 3rd and grounded out to 2nd in the 1st. And there's another ball foul straight back, and it is 0-2 now to the Panthers' first baseman. Nick Gurka, coming in with the relief for Joe Mack. Got the strong throw from right field for the put out. As that is a ball downstairs. 1-2 is the count. Shannon Washington awaits on deck. The 1-2 pitch coming from Harris. That ball is outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch coming now from Harris from the windup. Sets, kicks, fires. There's a ball hit toward center field, and making the catch for the putout would be Stark. So that retires the Panthers. 3 ups, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We're going to the bottom of the 8th inning. Panthers are trailing 7-0.
You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the official voice of Waller County Athletics. We're taking a break from our live coverage right now, but stay tuned. We'll be right back with more live coverage. You can keep up with us on Twitter at OBN_radio. You can follow us on iHeartRadio. Go to iHeartRadio.com, hit the talk section. From there, go to sports and look for OBN Sports. You can like our Facebook page at Open Mic Broadcast Network. Be sure to follow us on Spreaker.com. Look for Open Mic Broadcast Network. You can also send us an email at ombnetwork@gmail.com. And don't forget, you can always follow us at our website at ktorradio.com. The station designed with you in mind, the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to the bottom of the 8th inning. Mike Prince here with you, live from Wesley Barrow Park in New Orleans, Louisiana. Lunsford will come in to bat for Gladue, I should say. So Lawford takes a big swing and miss as he will face off against Mr. Robledo. The pitch, that one fouled back out of play, and is quickly 0-2 to the reserve third baseman. Gladue retired in the 7th inning on defensive. All-speed pitch misses, and Lawford has come in to have an opportunity to make a couple of defensive plays. One got away from him, and he made another decent play. The 1-2 count now coming from Robledo. Strike 3 is the call as Lawford goes down on strikes. So it's going to bring up Mr. Marshall Boggs. As now Boggs will be pinch hit for. So Matt Holcomb will come to bat now for Boggs here in the 8th inning. As Holcomb takes a strike on his first at bat of the 2016 campaign. There's a ball hit sharply into left center field. It's going to get down in the gap as Holcomb will round second and come in with ease, standing up for a one-out double to left center field by Holcomb. So now there's another pinch hitter coming up, number 14, the twin brother of Mr. Holcomb, Mr. Jonathan Holcomb. Jonathan Washam is the twin brother of second baseman Jordan Washam. So he'll get a chance to get in at bat. The pitch on the way is a strike call. 0-1 is the count. 7-0 is the score. Louisiana Tech on top of the Panthers. So now checking in. Kicks and checks the runner back at second base. Does the Panthers relief pitcher Edward Robledo. So now Mai goes out to talk along with Josh Jefferson, the second baseman, trying to design a pickoff play. Now coming out right away is Mr. Marshall Thompson, or Thomas, I should say, and he says, "That's enough, guys. Let's go." So we're already over 2 hours, so he says, let's finish it up. So the meeting has been broken up. As Robledo gets the breaking ball, not to fall in. 1 ball and 1 strike. So the Panthers trying to get out of this here. There's a ball foul back. Goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. On deck, it appears to be number 28, Jeremy Spring, who he's batting for Ehrlich. 1-2 count now. Being offered up to Washington. There's a ball hit, and it gets into left field. They're going to hold the runner on the corner. Runners at the corner. First and third with 1 out as the designated hitter or pinch hitter will come up to bat now, number 28, Mr. Jeremy Spring. Got Spring listed from Tacoma Community College. He's from Mill Creek, Washington. They have 22 new ball players on this Louisiana Tech team. Only 2 underclassmen on the entire team. 3 underclassmen on the entire team. Runners at the corners. There's a strike call. 0-1 is the count. 7-0 is our score here. Barrow trying to get out of this jam. There's a ball down in the dirt, and the runner got caught up, and he's going to be out. Yes, he's out. Good job by Mai to get the runner. That's going to be Washam. Washam is out. That will go 2-4. And the count now is 1 ball and 1 strike. There's a ball hit toward first base. Avalos will get it, flip it to Robledo for the 3-1 put out, and the Panthers get out of that jam. No runs, a total of 2 hits, and no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We've completed 8 innings, ladies and gentlemen. Panthers are trailing by the score of 7-0. This is Mike Prince. You're listening to Panthers baseball exclusively here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We're going to take us a break, and we'll be right back with more Panthers baseball.
You're here, and that means tax season is here. And Gunderson's Bookkeeping can provide you with personal income tax preparation. For more information and schedule an appointment, call Gunderson's Bookkeeping at 936-372-2661. The Jazz Bar, located in Prairie, Texas, is a great opportunity for you to have your next community event, whether it be nonprofit, funeral reception, community, charity, government, church, or individuals. The Jazz Bar has the accommodations to meet your needs. The Jazz Bar is open Thursdays through Sundays, and you can schedule your private parties Mondays through Wednesdays. The Jazz Bar, located in Prairie, Texas, dial 936-857-9566.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Prince here with you. We're in the top of the 9th inning. Panthers trailing by the score of 7-0. Scheduled to lead off for the Panthers will be number 31, Shannon Washington. He'll be followed by T. Mai, the catcher, and Mr. David Drake. See if the Panthers can at least scrounge one across the boards as Coach White heads out to third base. And unbeknownst, there is no first base coach. Well, I see right now there is a first base coach, Mr. Joe. He just finally peeped on out there. So Washington coming up to bat now. As he fouls the first pitch he sees back for strike number 1. 0-1 is the count here at the top of the 9th inning. The pitch. There's a ball hit sharply into left field as Washington will lead off the 9th inning with a single to left field. That is actually the fourth hit. The fourth hit for the Panthers. As now so Carson Lee will bat for T-My, and the first pitch he sees is to right field for an out. So he will fly out to right field, sees one pitch, and gets one out. It's going to bring up now Josh Wells will now come back now for Mr. David Drake. So Wells will come up, batting from the right-hand side. Runner at first base, and almost caught leaning and got the pick off as Washington was picked off. Wow. So that will go 1-3. There's a strike to float in for strike one to Wales. 0-1 is the count. The pitch, swung on and missed. Strike two. Last strike as Mark Bogman will come in relief here to try to finish things up. There's another swing and a miss, and the Panthers go down. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. The Panthers end up losing by the score of 7-0. We'll take a quick break, pause in the action, and come back with our post game and the recap of today's events. Panthers go down 7-0 in the season opener here to Louisiana Tech. This is Mike Prince. We'll pause for the calls and be right back with our post game.
You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the official voice of Waller County Athletics. We're taking a break from our live coverage right now, but stay tuned. We'll be right back with more live coverage. You can keep up with us on Twitter at OBN_radio. You can follow us on iHeartRadio. Go to iHeartRadio.com, hit the talk section. From there, go to sports and look for OBN Sports. You can like our Facebook page at Open Mic Broadcast Network. Be sure to follow us on Spreaker.com. Look for Open Mic Broadcast Network. You can also send us an email at ombnetwork@gmail.com. And don't forget, you can always follow us at our website at ktorradio.com. The station designed with you in mind, the Open Mic Broadcast Network. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the official voice of Waller County Athletics. We're taking a break from our live coverage right now, but stay tuned. We'll be right back with more live coverage. You can keep up with us on Twitter at OBN_radio. You can follow us on iHeartRadio. Go to iHeartRadio.com, hit the talk section. From there, go to sports and look for OBN Sports. You can like our Facebook page at Open Mic Broadcast Network. Be sure to follow us on Spreaker.com. Look for Open Mic Broadcast Network. You can also send us an email at ombnetwork@gmail.com. And don't forget, you can always follow us at our website at ktorradio.com. The station designed with you in mind, the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've come to the conclusion of game number 1 for the 2016 season for the Prairie A&M University Panthers. They end up losing to Louisiana Tech by the score of 7-0. The Panthers got no runs, 4 hits, 6 runners stranded on the base paths, 1 error committed by Louisiana Tech. For Louisiana Tech, they got 7 runs off of 10 hits, 11 runners stranded on the base paths, and 5 errors by the Panthers. The winning pitcher would be Tyler Clancy. The losing pitcher would be Charles Philpott. The total time of this game was 2 hours and 25 minutes. 2 hours and 25 minutes. Panthers fall short, losing 7-0. However, they will play tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. We'll be on with a 10:45 pregame show, and we'll get with the first pitch as the Prairie View Panthers will take on the Alcorn State Braves. This is Mike Prince. Thank you all so much for joining us. The Panthers lose their season opener by the score of 7-0. 7-0. Panthers lose. Panthers falling short, but they'll rise again to take care of business on tomorrow. I want to thank you all so much for joining us and listening to our broadcast on today and Panthers baseball as we try our best to give you everything that you need plus some. Remind you to follow us on Facebook at Open Mic Broadcast Network, like our Twitter. Follow us on Twitter at OBN_radio. And don't forget, you can also take care of business by following us on Instagram at OBN Radio. That's OBN Radio. Panthers fall short today, but they will rise to fight again. This is Mike Prince with the Open Mic Broadcast Network. I want to thank you again. Panthers losing the season opener under Coach Riggins by the score of 7-0. 2 hours and 25 minutes it took to complete this one. I want to give a shout-out to my lovely wife, Miss Stephanie Prince. I will chat with you a little bit later on, Mama. Hug and kiss the kiddos for me. And we'll come back to do it all over again tomorrow. I want to thank you again so much for listening. Until tomorrow morning, be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side. Good night.